Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn the cases of noun. When I say cases, it means when the noun is used in a sentence. Grammar and parts of the speech is not just rodding rules, but also to learn how they are used in sentences correctly and properly. So when the noun is used in a sentence, it has different cases. The first case is subjective case. Some grammarians also call it nominative case. So when we call noun a subjective case, let us see. In this case, noun does some work in a sentence. Earlier we simply learned that noun is the name of person, place, thing or idea. But when the noun is used in a sentence and it performs some work, it does some work, then it is called the subjective case of noun. For example, if I say the horse kicked the man, the subject case of noun in this sentence is horse because it is doing the work of kicking. So here horse is noun, it does the work of kicking. That's why in the sentence its status is subjective case, or we can also call it nominative case. Another aspect of the subjective case or nominative case is that when the information is given about a noun, it is not always a noun does some work in a sentence, we call it subjective case. But when some information is given about the noun, it is also called the subjective case. For example, the school is closed today. In this sentence, the noun is school and school is not doing any work, but some information is given about school, that is, it is closed. So this in grammar is also called subjective case. Now, how we can find subject if we are confused? Then there is a tip for you, that if you want to find out the subject from a sentence, then ask the question with who or what. That means in place of subject you use who. For example, the horse kicked the man, and I say who kicked the man, and the answer of word is horse. Answer of who is horse, so horse is subjective case. The school is closed today, so I can't say who is closed today, because for mostly non-living things we ask question with what. So I will say what is closed today, the answer is school. So in this way we can find out the subject from a sentence. The next case of noun is objective case. Objective case is also called accusative case. Some grammarians call it accusative case. So how should we know that the noun is either subjective case or objective case? When the work is done on a noun in a sentence. In a sentence, if the noun is used and some work is done on it, then it is called the objective case of noun. For example, I have written the same sentence here, that is the horse kicked the man. Here, kick the man. This work was done on this noun. So here, the man is the receiver of the work. That's why the effect of the work is on the word man. That's why we will call it the objective case. So objective case, the first part of the objective case is that when a work is done on the noun in a sentence, we call it objective case of noun. Then another aspect of objective case is that if a noun comes after a preposition, or in other words, if the noun is governed by preposition, or the preposition has effect, or preposition links it with some verb or some other part of speech in the sentence, so in that case the noun is also considered as objective case. For example, the book was on the desk. So desk here is a noun, name of a thing, and the desk word is governed by preposition on. So we will call it, this is objective case, but object of preposition. This is object of verb. So some objects are objects of preposition, some objects are objects of verb. Now if you want to find out the object from the sentence, so what should be our question? If the object is living, our question starts with whom, and if our object is non-living, our question starts with what. For example, I say, whom did the horse kick? The answer of whom is the man, so that's why the man is objective case. And if I say, what was on the desk? So the answer of what is the desk, that's why it is objective case. The next case of the noun is possessive case. It is also called genitive case. Objective case or genitive case. What is the function of objective case or genitive case? When the noun shows ownership or possession. For example, if I say David's book, in this example, David's book, David is the owner, or the book is in possession of David, so that's why David is a possessive case. Secondly, noun shows relation to something else. Now, noun is the name of person, place, thing, or idea. So some nouns are non-living, and non-living nouns may not be the possessors of something. We in most of cases show the relation with them. So if one noun shows a relation with another, that noun is also considered in grammar as possessive case. For example, lock to the door. So lock to the door. Door actually shows a relation with the lock. So here, lock to what? Lock to the door. So door here is a possessive case. Then it is not necessary that noun should always show possession, ownership, or relation. There are some other cases where we can also consider noun as a possessive case, like if it shows authorship, it shows origin, and it shows kind, and there are so many other cases too. For example, if I say Shakespeare's plays, so here I can't say that my concept is not here that ownership, but actually my concept is that Shakespeare is the writer of the plays, so here it is showing authorship. Governor's speech, here governor's speech does not show that my concept is not that governor was the owner of speech. Here I am showing that the speech delivered by governor, and that's why governor is also possessive case. Court's decree, here again court is a non-living thing, but I can't say that the decree is the possession of court. Actually here court's decree means the decree passed by court. So it's not necessary that genitive case or possessive case should always show ownership, relation, or possession. Some other things can also be shown through the possessive case, as I explained here. Now, how do we make the subjective case, objective case, and possessive case? Subjective case and objective case of noun is same. Until and unless we use a noun in a sentence, we will have no idea whether the noun is a subjective case or objective case. But when the noun is used in the sentence, then we can determine its case, either it is subjective case or objective case. But possessive case is a bit different. Mostly, if the nouns are living, their possessive case is made with apostrophe plus s. If the noun is singular, like boy, subjective case, objective case is also boy, and its possessive case is boys. But if the noun is plural, like boys, its objective case is also boys, but its possessive case we will make by putting apostrophe after s. If I put apostrophe before s, it is a possessive case of a singular noun. If I put apostrophe after the s, then it is the possessive case of a plural noun. And mostly, I don't say always, in most of the cases, the possessive case of non-living things are made with of and plus the noun. I can't say chair's leg, but the proper expression is leg of chair. But exception to this are there. For example, if you are writing in a newspaper, there you have a little space and you have to say more, there you can use chair's leg. But the grammatical and perfect way is of chair rather than chair's leg. Then non-living things, possessive case may also be made with apostrophe and s if the non-living things are personified. In the language, there are certain non-living things, but we present them or we mention them as if they are humans. So in that case, that is what we call in language personification. So if your noun is personified, in that case you can also add apostrophe and h with the non-living thing. Like at the death's door, apostrophe and s. Death is non-abstract thing. A week's holiday, in time and space and some other places we can also use, but we will have to check it out that the possessive cases which are common with apostrophe and s, but we are not going to make ourselves because this is not our mother tongue. Then you can get this at camps business. There are some business entities, instead of giving the full possession, we simply put apostrophe and s. Camps means at the Camps store, or Faris means at Faris store, like that. So these are the things which are exceptions. Even with the non-living things we can put apostrophe and s. But we have to check out, as I earlier told you, that if the things look normal, natural, it is always the best course that if you are confused, you check it up with the dictionary or some certain good grammar book. But the common things that are available, I have just written, though they are non-living things, but still in everyday language, if you study and you find them or see them everywhere used like that. That is car's engine. It's okay, we can use it, though the car is non-living thing. Company's policy, in that case we can also use earth's surface. We can also use apostrophe with a non-living thing. Train's speed, that is also correct. Ship's crew, we can also use, even the ship is non-living thing. And school's rules. So in these non-living things, if you are using apostrophe and s to make their possessives, it is okay. But there are certain cases where you can't use, and I will give the list of them in the description of the video. If you have comment, if you have any question regarding my today's topic, you are welcome to ask. Until my next topic, bye bye.